It's no secret that we love mysteries over here at Top 5 Scary Videos, mainly because, well, our planet is filled to the brim with more legendary instances of intrigue and baffling occurrences of long forgotten history that we need only take a look at the ancient wonders of the world to feel inspired enough to charter a plane, assemble a ragtag team of researchers and adventurers, slap on a wide-brimmed leather hat and begin our own journey to the most mysterious locations of the ancient world. The fact of the matter remains, the strange inconsistencies of our civilization frequently spark many more questions than they do answers. And I don't know about you, but I'm definitely in the mood for some ancient history. Hello horror fans, what's going on? And once again, welcome back to the scariest channel on YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos. As per usual, I'll be your horror host, Jack Finch, as today we're curious to take a look at the top 5 most mysterious places in ancient history. For the clip.
Latin alphabet. Jehovah begins with an I.
For the curious amongst you, that scene was, of course, from the incredible third installment, The Last Crusade, which, as we all know, is the second greatest movie in the whole Indiana Jones franchise. And if you don't agree with me, then yes, Raiders of the Lost Ark wins that battle every damn day. Still, it paints a vivid picture, right? Because what would this list be without setting the scene for our mysterious places in ancient history? And that film in particular also happens to feature one of our entries, so I'll let you take a guess. Kicking off at number 5, the Longyou Caves. And this place in particular is absolutely mind-blowing, given the fact that if it was indeed made by human civilization, then we've got to really take a look at how capable our ancient ancestors actually were at building things. Picture this, in 1992 in the small Chinese village of Longyou, the locals had lived for centuries beside a small series of ponds that littered the landscape. Local legend believed that these ponds were bottomless, infinite wells of water, but one local in particular named Wu and I set out to put that legend to the test. After pooling his money together with another villager, he purchased a pump and completely drained one of the ponds, and that's when Wu and I discovered that it wasn't a pond at all, but instead the flooded entrance to an ancient series of man-made caves. But when I say caves, I don't just mean a few interesting holes in the earth, I mean hand-carved caves, each the size of roughly 1,000 square meters, reaching up to heights of up to 100 feet. Inside, the ceilings, the walls, the pillars that maintain their structural integrity were all finished in the exact same manner, hand-carved with a series of parallel bands and intricate markings. Now, no one has any clue how the hell these caves were created or who created them, but researchers have found that they date back to at least 220 BCE, a period that predates the ancient Qin dynasty, although no trace of their construction or even their existence has ever been located in the historic record. In fact, up until their discovery in 1992, the Longyou caves were forgotten to the sands of time. It makes you think, what else is lurking down there, right? Coming in next at number 4, Petra. And yes, of course, this is the scene that I was alluding to in our opening clip, the ancient city of Petra, described by UNESCO as one of the most precious cultural properties of mankind's cultural heritage, and perhaps one of the most amazing archaeological wonders on this fair planet. This place is fascinating, and it's a monument to the fact that we really have no idea how capable humanity has been for thousands upon thousands of years. Petra, originally known to its inhabitants as Rakmu, is believed to have been settled perhaps as early as 9000 BC, although earlier estimations have been suggested. However, by the 5th century BC, it is believed that the city of Petra itself was settled by the mysterious Nabatean kingdom, an ancient conglomerate of Bedouin tribes that were incredibly astute traders and economists who for the most part were a nomadic people but recognized the significance of Petra's geographical location. And for the most part that was fit exactly for Petra's purpose, as it quickly became a massive central hub for trading routes across the world, gaining the Nabatean kingdom incredible wealth in the process. But I mean, you just need to look at Petra to start scratching your head at the incredible intricacies of its design. I don't say this lightly, because the Rose City of Petra is an absolutely stunning feat of engineering at a time when nomadic societies weren't exactly known for their capability in raising wonders of the world. So how was it built? Well, the leading theory so far is that the Nabatean people harnessed the location's susceptibility to flash flooding, gradually carving the narrow passages into the city-like network that we now know. Either way, whatever the truth to it, Petra is an ancient wonder to behold. Oh, and also archaeologists have just discovered that there's a gigantic monumental structure buried beneath the sands of Petra. So yeah, do with that information as you will. Swinging in next at number 3, Derinkuyu underground city. And if things weren't already crazy enough, what if I told you that there is an ancient, highly advanced underground complex carved beneath the central Anatolian city of Derinkuyu in Turkey that is believed to have been large enough to have sheltered up to 20,000 people and more than likely connects several other similar underground complexes across the ancient historical site of Cappadocia. Yeah, My thoughts exactly. I don't even know where to begin with this one, because as the eons of time have slowly shifted by, countless people have taken shelter within Derinkuyu, using it as their home across the ages, and because of that, it's incredibly difficult to pinpoint just exactly when it was built. Its purpose, however, is relatively clear. It's a multi-level city built underground, carved from the soft volcanic rock of the region. It consists of 18 stories that descend deep into the earth, comprised of sophisticated carved shafts that house the complex's multitude of amenities: communal rooms, wine cellars, oil presses, stables, even entire chapels. Each floor of the city can be closed off by a series of large stone doors, which in theory makes it some kind of ancient underground bunker, given the other facilities gathered over time. Historically speaking, the Phrygians of the 8th century BCE were the first alleged inhabitants of the vast underground city, although the fact of the matter remains, we may never truly know who built this place. Scholars have given many suggestions, primarily being a sect of the ancient Persians or the Hittites, but I'm not entirely sure. Put a pin in this one, because there are many more secrets to be learned from this. Next up at number 2, Nan Madol. And what if I told you that this place in particular was the source of inspiration for none other than H.P. Lovecraft's sunken city of R'lyeh? As in, yes, in his house at R'lyeh, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. That one. But if that's not impressive enough, the ancient megalithic architecture of Nan Madol, just off the coast of the island of Phnom, which is part of the remote islands of Micronesia, are something else entirely. And really, I don't know what to think when it comes to trying to decipher the eternal enigma that is Nan Madol, often referred to as the 8th wonder of the world. There's a reason it has left archaeologists scratching their heads ever since its rediscovery in the early 19th century. Now, carbon dating has indicated that the construction of the massive basalt stones of Nan Madol began sometime in 1180 AD, although many scholars find umbrage with this, given the fact that to move these giant hunks of rock from tiny island to tiny island and then carve them into a series of intricate channels and platforms is a feat in and of itself. Its purpose is somewhat clear though. Nan Madol appeared to have housed the ruling elite caste of the ancient Sudilair dynasty of Phnom, where it was used as a political and ceremonial seat of power, essentially housing a vast network of small floating platforms and islands that formed into a rich, majestic capital city carved from black stone. Yeah, I don't want to make any assumptions, but there are many more answers to be revealed by Nan Madol, and it's no wonder that Lovecraft himself found an ancient kind of inspiration from it. And finally, coming in at our number 1 spot, the Sajama lines. And whilst you more than definitely have probably already heard of the Nazca lines of Peru, I'm going to go one further and highlight the equally perplexing mystery that is the Sajama lines of Western Bolivia, because boy oh boy are these things a head scratcher. The Sajama lines are a network of thousands, possibly tens of thousands of perfectly straight paths that were etched into the ground by the indigenous peoples of the Americas for more than 3,000 years, that were situated near the volcano of Sajama. Unlike the Nazca lines though, this particular network covers an area of over 22,500 square kilometers, which is approximately 15 times larger than their counterparts in Peru. And what are they? Well, no one knows, and we may never know, but what is clear is the startling precision in which they were made. These thousands of individual lines, each 3 to 10 feet in width, are almost perfectly straight, mile after mile, despite the ever-changing rugged terrain of the highlands, which would have been quite a feat for modern humanity, never mind an ancient indigenous people without the means to advance construction techniques. These geoglyphs were most likely created through the process of scraping away the dark, oxidized rock of the volcanic surface to reveal a lighter sediment beneath. You see, despite all of these enigmas of ancient history, the real question is, why did these people go to such lengths of time and effort to create them? What were their intentions of preservation? Who would have seen them or used them? Now, there are many leading theories, the most prominent of which is that the Sajama lines were used as a pilgrimage route to a series of sacred sites, but yeah, I have no idea. I really have no idea. I mean, I want to know, but will we ever? Well, on that ancient existential note, there we have it, our list for the top 5 most mysterious places in ancient history. What did you guys think? Do you agree? Have any more to add to this series in particular? Then please let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below, as well as any choice picks of your own. Before we depart from today's video, let's first take a quick look at some of your more resounding remarks over the past few days. First up, Irish Lass says, "Awesomeness Jack, you are a mystery man. Who's your favourite author of all time?" Well, thank you very much, but first up, is that you are a mystery, man, or you are a mystery man, as in like a fan of mysteries, or a mystery themed superhero? That'd be dope. Anyway, I'm just trying to avoid the question because it's perhaps the hardest question to answer. Purely as a writer, Stephen King as a world builder, George Martin as a complete and utter madman genius, Fyodor Dostoevsky. Whew, that was a tough one. Well, on that note, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for in today's video. Just stick around all the way until the end. If you were a fan of this video, or just top 5 scary videos in particular, then please be a dear and hit that thumbs up button, as well as that subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. As per usual, I've been your horror host, Jack Finch. You've been watching top 5 scary videos, and until next time, you take it easy.